Hello, my loves. Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to have a gentle class, but focusing on strength building. So often when we're doing strength building, we make it really difficult. We're flowing a lot, moving a lot. So this is going to be a gentler practice, but simultaneously building that strength to show us that the power of the pause, the power of peace, and the power of surrender, and showing you that those are, in fact, some of the strongest practices that we can have. And so building that strength on our mat, but in a gentle way. So learning to love ourselves and be gentle with ourselves through our journey of life. So we'll start, as always, in a comfortable seated position, just for a brief meditation to allow ourselves to arrive. So coming into a comfortable seat, we'll drop the shoulders from the ears, gently closing the eyes. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. Another deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. Just taking a moment to arrive on your mat today. Inviting body, mind, and spirit to the present moment. And the quickest way to do this is by bringing our awareness and our focus on our breath. Becoming the observer of our breath and watching as it flows naturally in and out through the nose. Knowing that our breath is one of the most powerful tools that we all have access to, that can support us in navigating the changing tides and challenges in life. When we return to our breath, we can tap into our truth, silence the external noise, and respond to life from a place of grounded strength. And that's what we'll do today on our mat, is connect to that grounded strength so that we could cultivate and build that strength from within here on our mats today, and then take that out into the world and apply it to our lives. We'll gently open the eyes. We're going to begin in child's pose today. So knees are apart, heels together, shifting the weight, our hips over the heels. We'll walk the hands out in front, bringing the forehead down to the mat. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. Again, taking a moment to arrive. We'll activate the pose by really spreading through the fingertips, pressing a little bit of pressure on the palms of the hands, and just further shifting the weight back to get a deeper stretch through the shoulders. On the inhale, taking the hands all the way to the right hand side, exhaling when you get there. On the next inhale, lifting the right arm up, we're going to wrap it across the body, resting it on the outside hip, and then gently opening the shoulder up toward the sky. So just getting a gentle twist through the spine. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, releasing the arm. On the inhale, we'll walk through center. On the exhale, going to the other side, pausing here. Really reaching through the fingertips, through the arms, feeling the opening in the side body. On the inhale, left arm wraps around, resting on the opposite hip. And we gently open up through the shoulder, looking up toward the sky. Taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, releasing the arm. On the inhale, coming back through center. On the exhale, coming onto all fours. We'll inhale at center. On the exhale, walking hands down, forehead comes to the mat, hips stay lifted above the hips. So puppy dog pose. Again, really spreading through the fingertips, activating the pose by shifting the weight further back, really pressing into the palms of the hands, feeling the opening through the shoulder. On the inhale, releasing the right arm, we'll weave it underneath the body, resting on the shoulder, Gaze follows the extended arm. And taking a cleansing breath here. On the next inhale, switching sides, right arm reaches, left arm will lift and weave underneath the body, resting on the left shoulder. Taking a breath here. On the inhale, coming back through center. From here, we're going to plant our forearms and hands into the ground. We're going to tuck the back toes, just pausing here, feeling through the back of the toes, stretching through the feet. On the inhale, we're going to lift the legs, tuck the chin in toward the chest, so straightening through the legs. On the exhale, lowering back. On the inhale, again, straightening through the legs, heels come down toward the ground. On the exhale, knees come back to the mat. We look up. On the exhale, tucking chin into chest, lifting, straightening legs, heels come down. On the exhale, knees come back. We inhale to look up. Last one here, tucking chin into chest, lifting through the legs, dropping through the heels, pausing here, dolphin pose. Gently tucking the chin into the chest to release the back of the neck. Just bringing your awareness to the core, into the areas where you feel the fire beginning to build, feel the strength. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, dropping the knees. We'll walk the legs back, arms slightly forward, coming onto our belly, Sphinx pose. Pausing here, really pressing into the elbows, the forearms and the hands, dropping the shoulders from the ears, looking up toward the sky to really activate through the spine, all the way down to the lower back. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, coming down to the mat, cheek meets the mat, arms come behind. From here, we're going to clasp the hands, the fingers, and bring it to the low back. So hands are clasped, we bring it to the low back. On the inhale, we'll come through center, lifting the chest, and we're going to reach the arms out. Neck stays straight. We're going to pause here and hold, building gentle strength within. So really pulling back the arms, tucking shoulder blades in together, pressing into the tops of the feet, activating through the core as well as through the glutes. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, bending the elbows, keeping hands clasped, opposite cheek meets the mat for a pause. Taking a breath here at the bottom. Then on the inhale, we lift again, really straightening through the arms, pulling the shoulder blades together, opening through the chest, slightly looking up. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, bending the elbows, opposite cheek meets the mat, hands stay on the lower back. Pausing here at the bottom. On the inhale, we lift again. This time also lifting through the legs, pointing through the toes. So really activating the glutes to lift the legs, and we balance on the pelvis as we open and strengthen. Continuing to breathe. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, again, bending elbows, gently coming down, cheek meets the mat. One more round. We'll take a breath at the bottom. And then on the inhale, lifting up again, legs, arms, and chest as we reach the hands behind, lifting the legs. Feeling the strength building through the back, through our core, through our glutes. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we release, releasing the arms by our sides. On the inhale, we're going to bring the hands just wider than shoulder width apart. Inhale, pressing up, seal pose. So hands are just outside of the mat. So upward dog, we have them more underneath the chest. From here, we're going to take them out a little bit farther, pressing up, looking up. On the exhale, gently lowering down. On the inhale, we press up, look up. On the exhale, gently lowering opposite cheek. One more each side. Inhale, pressing up, looking up. On the exhale, chin to cheek. Last one here. Inhale, pressing up, looking up, pausing here. Taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we slowly bend through the elbows, this time placing the hands beneath the chest. On the inhale, we're going to lift up, upward facing dog. Pausing here for a breath. On the exhale, slowly lowering, coming back to Sphinx pose. So fingers are spread, hands, forearms and elbows planted into the ground. We're going to bring the awareness to the tops of our feet, pressing into the tops of our feet. We're going to inhale, lifting the hips high, holding here. So activating through the abdominals. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we lower Sphinx pose. Taking a breath here at the bottom. And then on the inhale, again, peeling the hips off the ground, pausing here. Weight is in the arms as well as the tops of the feet as we activate through the core, gently tucking chin into chest to release the back of the neck. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we slowly lower. Taking a pause at the bottom, one more round. On the inhale, lifting the hips. Continuing to breathe as we hold. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, gently lower Sphinx pose. From here, we're going to press through the hands, going back onto all fours. We'll bring the hands about shoulder width apart, knees are hip width distance apart. We'll curl the back toes, pressing up into a downward dog. So setting the foundation first, fingers are spread wide on the mat. We press the chest through the shoulders, gently tucking the chin in toward the chest to release the neck. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Heels are down towards the mat. Pausing here, really pressing through, feeling the strength of the pose. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, coming onto the toes, we'll bend through the knees, bringing them just 2 inches above the mat. On the inhale, we straighten, lowering heels back to the ground. On the exhale, coming onto toes, deeply bending knees, bringing them just above the mat. 2 more times. Inhale to straighten, and we lower. Again, inhale, coming up onto toes, deeply bending the knees. On the exhale, releasing the legs. Inhaling here at center. On the exhale, bringing them forward, this time pausing. So knees are just a few inches above the mat. We pause here and hold, building that gentle strength, the gentle courage from within. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, straightening the legs, downward facing dog. Pausing here for a round of breath. On the inhale, gently coming forward, we pause in plank pose. So really pressing through the wrists, feeling the activation of the core. And then on the exhale, shifting back, downward facing dog. Again, inhale to come forward, pausing here, plank pose. Taking an extra round of breath at the bottom. And then on the exhale, we shift back, downward facing dog. One more round here. Inhale, coming forward, pausing, plank pose. Holding here. On the exhale, we're going to very slowly bend through the elbows, bringing the body down toward the mat. We meet the floor. On the inhale, upward facing dog. On the exhale, rounding the body back, downward facing dog. Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll do 3 very slow and mindful rounds together. On the inhale, coming forward, plank pose. On the exhale, gently lowering body to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. On the exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more rounds, reminding you to take any modifications needed or any rests when needed. On the inhale, we come forward, plank pose. On the exhale, gently lowering. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more round. We inhale, coming forward, plank pose. On the exhale, gently bending elbows. On the inhale, we come up, upward facing dog. On the exhale, rounding toes, sending weight back, downward facing dog. Going into side plank. On the inhale, we come forward. From here, we'll plant the left hand to the center of the mat. We'll shift our weight to the outside edge of the left foot. Option to bend a knee for additional support, or you can leave the legs straight. You can bend, lifting the top leg, reaching the arm toward the sky. So just playing around here, building that gentle strength within. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, rounding back, plank pose. Pausing here for a round of breath. On the inhale, right hand comes to the center. We shift to the outside edge of the right foot as we lift the left arm to the sky. Again, option to take any modification or additional challenge today. Listening to your body. Continuing to breathe. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, rounding back, we'll drop the knees, separate them, shift the weight back, child's pose. From here, we're going to lower the elbows to the ground, taking the hands to prayer. We'll bring the hands just behind the head, shifting weight back and getting a stretch through the triceps. Pausing here for a breath. On the inhale, coming back to center, coming onto all fours. We're going to do sunbird flow on the right side. So we're going to reach the right arm out, left arm extends, pausing here for a hold. So really reaching through the fingertips, chin or gaze goes down toward the mat. We're going to press through the back foot. Foot is flexed as if we're pressing against a wall. Really activating through the core, through the glutes. We'll take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, tucking elbow and knee into the center. On the inhale, we release. Exhale to pull everything in. Inhale to reach. Exhale to pull. Inhale to reach. Exhale. Last one here, reaching again, pausing here. Really activating through the abdominals, through the glutes, building that internal fire and that gentle strength. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, knee and hand meet the mat. Switching sides. On the inhale, we reach left arm, right leg. Really reaching through the fingertips, gaze just goes ahead of you on the mat. We're really pressing through that back leg, activating through the glutes. Foot is flexed as if it's pressing up against a wall. So again, activating the core, activating the glutes, taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we pull elbow and knee into the center. On the inhale, we release. Exhale to pull in. Inhale to reach. Exhale, we pull in. Again, inhale to reach. Exhale. One more round. On this last one, we reach again, pausing here. So feeling the strength of your physical body. And notice how that physical strength also brings with you a sense of focus, awareness, and presence, simultaneously strengthening the mind and the heart in this moment on your mat. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we release. From here, we're going to plant the hands just under the shoulders, tucking through the toes. The back toes are tucked. We're going to inhale, lifting the knees slightly off the ground. On the exhale, we gently lower. On the inhale, we lift the knees. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, we lower. On this inhale, we're going to lift the knees, pause here for a moment, tucking chin in gently toward the chest to release the neck. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we lower. From here, we're going to come on to a seat. We're going to release the legs out in front and walk the hands forward. From here, bending at the elbows, we're going to bring the arms down to the floor and then gently tuck the chin into the chest as we stretch. So chin is tucked into the chest, elbows on the floor, getting a deep stretch through the back of the legs. On the inhale, locking hands all the way to the right hand side, we're going to reach for the outside edge of the foot. The right hand can come behind as we dive forward. So switching that stretch to the outside and lower back. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, gently lifting, walking through center, other side, grabbing for the outside edge of the hip, or of the foot, sorry. Taking a deep breath in here. On the exhale, walking back through center, coming up through center. From here, tucking the knees, we're coming back onto all fours and going into a pigeon stretch. On the inhale, actually we'll press up into downward dog. On the inhale, we'll lift the right leg high. On the exhale, bringing the knee into the nose. On the inhale, we send the leg back. On the exhale, landing the pigeon just beneath the wrists. So we'll walk the back foot back, untuck the toes, looking over the left shoulder to ensure that we are in proper alignment. So the foot should come directly out of the ankle in a straight line. We're going to pause here in upward pigeon. So tenting the fingers into the mat, looking up toward the sky, dropping the shoulders from the ears. We'll hold here for a few rounds of breath, really opening up through the chest. Taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, gently walking forward, forehead comes down to the mat. Getting a deep stretch to the outside of the hip. Pausing here for some nourishing rounds of breath, knowing that in the pause, in the stillness, we can still build strength. So as we bow forward and surrender, and as we hold a pose in a stretch, we are still building strength in the physical body, strength in the heart, and strength in the mind. So we're strengthening our tools that we have within. Presence, awareness, our breath. And as we stretch, we release what's not serving us and open up space for new blood flow, for new energy and vitality, for new ideas, new beliefs. So knowing that there is strength in the pause, it's strength in surrender and strength in forgiveness. So as we embrace that gentle strength, we can silently and peacefully become stronger warrior versions of ourselves. On the inhale, gently pressing up through the arms. The left hand is going to plant parallel to the front leg. We're going to inhale the right arm over. Again, it's coming to the hip. On the inhale, opening up through the shoulder, looking up toward the sky, getting a gentle twist and deepening the stretch. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, gently coming back, pressing arms up. From here, we're going to tuck the back leg in, so bending at the knee. Option to grab through the ankle, pulling it in toward the chest. And then option to inhale, lifting the right arm. So balancing on the legs and the hips. So getting that stretch while also building strength. Taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we slowly release, plant the hands, send the leg back, downward facing dog, going on to the other side. On the inhale, we lift the left leg high. On the exhale, bring knee into the nose. We inhale to send the leg back. On the exhale, landing pigeon on the other side. Again, finding that alignment, walking back, knee back, untucking toes, making sure foot is directly out of the ankle. We'll tent the fingertips into the mat. Inhale, pressing through the fingertips, dropping shoulders from the ears, looking up toward the sky. Just taking a few nourishing breaths here. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we gently bow forward, forehead comes down to the mat, making sure the weight is balanced between both hips. Getting that deep stretch, opening and release. Building that gentle strength within. So just a reminder that you can be in your feminine and have the strength of the lion, have a strength of the tiger. Your feminine essence is your power. And many people often mistake femininity, or divine feminine energy, for weakness, for softness. But it is in that the ability to be both soft and fierce, to be both silent and loud, and to know that you are the calm after the storm and you are the storm itself. The duality, the polarity is what makes us beautiful, is what makes us strong and courageous, beautiful beings. One more round of breath here. On the inhale, pressing up. We'll take the right arm parallel to the front leg. We're going to inhale the left arm up and around, resting on the hip, opening through the shoulder, looking up toward the sky as we gently press up into the elbow. So getting a gentle twist here. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, rounding down, pressing up. From here, tucking the back leg in toward the body. You can pause here, or option to reach around, pulling it closer in for a deeper stretch. Then option to inhale, lifting the left arm in front. So just deepening through the stretch. Taking a deep breath in here. On the exhale, slowly releasing, we're going to come onto our seats. Navasana boat pose, again focusing on the core strength. We'll inhale, planting the feet into the ground, hands come behind the knees. On the exhale, we're going to gently round through the spine, lifting the legs. Option to stay here, or we can straighten through the legs, we can release the arms. If you're wanting additional challenge today, you can make some movements, rowing your boat, just navigating the changing tides of life. So strengthening through that core, through your gut, through your intuition, so that even when you are being challenged, you can silence and pause and hear your inner truth within. Your body is always speaking to you. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we'll drop the feet, shift forward, coming onto our backs. From here, again, feet are hip width distance apart, planting the feet into the ground. We'll gently tuck our shoulder blades underneath our upper back. On the inhale, we're going to lift the hips, pausing here. Option to clasp the hands underneath the body, further coming onto the shoulders, bridge pose. So we're really activating through the glutes as we lift the hips and hold, building that gentle but fierce strength within. One more round of breath here. On the exhale, we slowly lower, tucking knees into chest. We'll gently roll from side to side. And the next time you come to the right hand side, allowing the knees to fall, left arm reaches behind, ending on a spinal twist. Gaze follows the extended arm as we release any remaining energy that needs to be released from the spine, bringing equilibrium, peace back to the body and the nervous system, restoring that love inside of our hearts. On the inhale, we gently bring these back to center and just allow them to fall directly to the left-hand side. Right arm reaches. Again, gaze follows the extended arm. Another round of breath here. On the exhale, bringing knees back to center, pulling the knees into the chest. We're just going to gently rock and roll until you have enough momentum to come all the way up, coming into a comfortable seat. We'll place the hands on the palms down on the knees as a gesture of grounding. We'll gently close the eyes. And just take these final moments to tap into that internal strength, the internal wisdom, the internal courage. And remembering that everything that you seek already exists within you. If you have a dream inside your heart, you already have all of the tools within to make that dream reality. And if you're experiencing any challenges in life, you have the tools and the strength that you need to process, to navigate, to overcome, to climb that mountain and get to the other side. You have fallen down before and you got back up again. And this time is no different. Remembering that all of the challenges that we face contribute to our growth. And if it wasn't for the challenges, we wouldn't get to practice and to build that internal strength. That strength of the lioness is within you and it exists for a reason. So remembering to be gentle with yourself through whatever process it is that you're going through. And again, remembering that you already have all the answers within, you already have all the tools within. Namaste. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed that gentle yet strength building practice. For those of you who do join live, tomorrow I will be doing our yin class at 10:30 in the morning. So I'll be posting that on Instagram. But if not, I will see you next week. Have a beautiful weekend.